didn't witness. I didn't witness something.
She swings on my dog and hits him. So then we put her in cuffs, we bring her out here. So while we're holding her, she spits in my face.
They don't care, they're white cops. They
go soft before they take one drink, they go crazy.
I think this is one-sided. What about my side? There's no justice in our system. You
Yourself.
Oh, look at the police! Ruin my life over.
At midnight on December 18th, 2021, officers are called to Jeffrey Pub, a bar in the Chicago neighborhood of South Shore, where a verbal altercation and possible assault and battery are said to have taken place. When the primary responding officer arrives, he's first approached by a man wearing black.
So we're inside.
Let me step out.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. So this is what happened. We're inside. She brings in her own beers to drink. We tell her it's not okay.
She don't have no
Well, we
drink.
can only talk to one person.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Step back, please.
So we tell her that's not allowed. She gets upset. She gets irate. She starts talking about some jukebox. And we're like, no, we have a DJ tonight, so you can't play the jukebox. So then we realized that she's just going to be belligerent. We tried to give her a chance with the beer. All
right.
So we realized she's going to be belligerent, so we're asking her to leave. So we go over there and ask her to leave. When we go to ask her to leave, she swings on my dog and hits him. So then we put her in cuffs, we bring her out here. And we call you guys. While we're holding her, she spits in my face.
Okay.
So
Make sure you tell the whole story.
Okay. So who's going to be the two victims? Who's going to be the two victims? Okay. Let me get both IDs.
all right, cool. Wait, are
She
you?
just don't know. She from Houston. She not even from her. She from Houston, Texas.
That doesn't mean anything.
Right. So
They don't care, they're white cops.
Don't tell
Mexican.
They're white cops.
She keeps saying she's a veteran, and I respect that to the utmost. You know what I mean? Like if it wasn't
First of all, she's a witness and she can be a witness. It doesn't matter. Don't treat me under the rules. I didn't witness. I didn't witness something. I didn't witness. I didn't witness. She's a witness.
neither one of us are evidence. Wait, you?
I am a witness.
It's too much out here with COVID, so spit on your face.
I can't.
36 report. We're going to need a transport, female for a search, and some complaints.
Are y'all joking about this? Funny? Is it funny?
They not talking to you.
Funny? You?
Yeah, they need a female.
Laughing and giggling over there. Homeless veterans gonna go to jail. Y'all laughing. Calling.
371, you want?
You got can you bring out your license?
Oh, I gave it to him.
No, your the business license.
Oh, okay. Where are we getting here?
Yes,
Where?
because they want to lock up.
You saw her spit in my face.
In Illinois, spitting on someone still constitutes simple battery, which describes when someone knowingly and without legal justification makes physical contact of an insulting or provoking nature with an individual. This is a Class A misdemeanor that's punishable by up to 12 months in jail and $2,500 in fines.
Oh, okay, cool.
But look, she ain't had no drink in 45 days. So you know when a person get a drink, they gonna act out.
First of all, you need to get yourself
She just would have moved away from the door. It's a DJ playing music. She comes and try to put the jukebox on. I told her no. She said she was a DJ, so I asked the bartender was she was a DJ. The bartender said no. She started getting disrespectful, calling her out. So I told her she had to leave. And then she swung on me.
touch me. I want her. I don't want you.
Yeah.
So because you asked her to leave, because she was trying to mess with the jukebox?
Yeah.
Like turn up the music? Or?
Trying to play some music. Well, no credits in there. And she told me she was going to put some money in, and I told her she couldn't. Because we weren't going to hear it because the DJ's playing now.
Right.
This is after I gave her a chance with the beer, though.
And then she's
She ain't had no liquor in 45 days. Of course she don't act like that.
She's swung at you after you asked her to leave, right? She hit you in the face? You're okay? You mean,
Yeah, I'm fine.
so she hit you in the face, and then so she hit you with like a closed fist.
Yeah.
Her left hand, right hand.
She was this way, okay, right there.
Her right hand. Yeah. So you guys were kind of like this. Or?
She was bagging up, and I was walking towards her.
The crime of punching someone in the face, or anywhere for that matter, also constitutes the crime of battery.
Exactly. They don't want witnesses. Crime of burglary, these a veteran, a PTSD or veteran. They don't care.
She ain't had no drink in 45 days. She took a drink and she acted out. Yeah. You know how a person know how they go sober for 45 days and then when they take one drink they go crazy? Because they tolerance too low.
Right.
An alcoholic. She ain't had no 45 days.
I felt verbally threatened. He came at me and he put his hand on me. So I
only thing y'all can do is put her in the hospital.
Plain as
And let her go in the morning. Y'all don't change it.
Y'all talking a whole lot to the police and I can't. Why is that?
If Miss Irene truly does have post-traumatic stress disorder, then it's possible that she might have interpreted the security guard coming at her as a dangerous situation rather than a consequence of her own actions. Common symptoms amongst those who suffer from PTSD include nightmares, intense distress or anxiety caused by triggers or reminders of trauma, vivid flashbacks, being quick to agitation and prone to angry outbursts, being guarded and easily startled, and persistent negative thoughts about the world, people, or the sufferer's self. Though there were no real danger posed to her, Miss Irene very well might have had an episode where she perceived the guard as a threat when she felt cornered. Thus, it could genuinely be a case of self-defense from her perspective.
She's gonna go to the hospital, let her get some air, and she's gonna be out cold. No, I know. I'm the police. She ain't doing nothing.
Why she handcuffed?
Fucking freezing my ass off.
Because she drink. You know how people
You don't
drink.
get put in handcuffs for drinking. I'm just saying, I wasn't here, but
Look, you know how when a person ain't had no drink for 45 days and then they take a weed, they go crazy.
Let's explore the plausibility of this. The suspect brought beers with her, which is assumed to be her drink of choice. Beer has an average alcohol content of 3 to 5%, which is on the light side of the spectrum. Provided that the witness only had one drink as the witness claimed earlier, it's unlikely that she'd be drunk enough to go crazy. Either the witness is lying about how many drinks her friend had, or Miss Irene's aggressive behavior is a symptom of her post-traumatic stress disorder, or possibly both.
Alright, ma'am, so you're gonna have to go in, alright? There's any complaints for the battery, so we have to take you in.
Self-defense.
Okay?
Self-defense.
That's gonna be down the road when you make it to court.
Down the road?
When you make it to court, and you can explain that to the judge, alright? Okay?
I think this is one-sided. Because anybody can say, oh, she hit me first, and then get arrested, and then you guys take me in. What about my side? First of all, I'm already a criminal based on that. So, yes, there's no justice in our system. You know that. Come on now.
Do you have any area of it?
Like what?
I'm just saying, do you have any
Nice.
Like what?
Like a weapon?
No.
No? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to search you, okay?
Sure, do your thing.
It's 4-3 and West Street.
What's in here?
Find out.
For a needle or anything? Okay,
No.
that's not enough to find out.
Shut up. I'm talking to the lady.
And I'm talking to you. I would have
You!
yourself.
Oh, look at the police! Hey, put this on camera.
Go ahead.
Put this on
You're
camera.
talking to me like that.
Oh, really?
I think I am.
Oh, really? I think you're a That's what I think you are.
Regardless of provocation, allowing yourself to be pulled into a yelling match with a mentally ill and intoxicated suspect is both unprofessional and shows an alarming level of immaturity. Officers are expected to deal with belligerent and combative behavior and are expected to respond in a way that's in the best interest and safety of everyone, not in a way that fuels the altercation.
You know what? Let's go. We already won. Let's go.
Wait, here.
What do you want me to do?
No, hold on 1 second.
Ruin my life over.
Okay, I'll do it.
What she doing?
She was assaulting people, and then she won't even say if
But look, she ain't. She only.
so
I'm finna tell you the truth. She ain't had no drink for 45 days, so that's why she acting like that. You know, she got zero tolerance right now. I don't. I don't but she ain't had another 45 days, so she got her tolerance at zero.
I know, but I don't know how many drinks she had, but when you don't know how to handle yourself, no matter what, you gotta learn how to handle yourself.
Yeah,
And even if you get sloppy, there's different people get sloppy. People always overdo it, but you can't be assaulting her.
Yeah, because
There's some kind of assault.
Minutes later, Miss Irene arrives at the Chicago Police Department.
We gotta take the seatbelt off of it. All right, man.
Where's the woman at?
She ain't hit it yet.
While most departments do require that only a female officer be allowed to body search or pat down female suspects, male officers are allowed to do everything else, including handcuffing, transporting, and booking the female suspect. Even if one is requested, a female officer does not have to be present for other aspects of the arrest outside of the body search.
Here, everything's being recorded, all right? Step to the
Where's the camera
I
at?
got it right here, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, audio and everything recorded.
Yeah.
Did you take it off?
I didn't take shit off.
All right, that's
Yeah.
fine. Come on.
Watch your step.
Oh, no, Sherlock.
Careful. There you go.
Where's my jacket in my... It's been a long time since I did this. Yo, where's my mask at? I don't get a mask for COVID. I'm unvaccinated and I'm exposed.
I'll get you one.
Please do. In a hurry.
To the left here, man. I don't know if they got it Let me see if they got this on.
There's a piece of white paper covering the window to the holding cell. This appears to be an average window as opposed to a two-way mirror or tinted window, and the paper likely serves to obstruct the suspect's view of the officers inside the room. Keep this piece of white paper in mind. It'll be important in just a moment.
Oh, 363 boy. Let me take off one handcuff off.
I need a mask as well.
Yeah, we'll get you one, man. We'll get you one, all right?
The second thing to note is this horizontal metal bar to the left of the suspect here. This will also be important.
Sit tight, I'll grab your mask.
All good.
Let me grab that mask. Is this a mask?
Yeah.
Bleeding. God damn it.
Here.
Thank you. Oh, my hat.
I'll leave your hat right here, okay?
Why?
They're gonna have to inventory that.
You take your shoelaces off. You have any earrings, jewelry? I'm going to take it.
No, you're all right.
Not even an hour later, officers in the adjacent room noticed that Miss Irene had been quiet for an extended period of time. One of the officers stood up on a chair to look over the white paper and into the holding cell. He immediately dropped back down to the floor while another officer in the room jumped up simultaneously. The pair ran to the door of the holding cell. When they opened it, they found Irene with a shirt wrapped around her neck and fastened to the metal bar next to her. Officers immediately attempted life-saving maneuvers, and she was transported to the University of Chicago Hospital in critical condition. Hours later, Irene Chavez was pronounced dead. 2 months later, Miss Irene's family filed a lawsuit against both the officers involved and the city of Chicago. They argue that the presence of both the aforementioned bar and white paper were instrumental to the victim being able to do what she did. Foremost, they contend that the officers knew the suspect was mentally ill. Thus, she should have gone to a hospital following her arrest instead of the police station, and she certainly shouldn't have been left alone and unsupervised. Both the city and police department of Chicago refused to comment on the lawsuit.